Now, from the news team that's covering the Carolinas, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News Sunday morning.
Channel 9 is following several breaking stories for you this morning. First, a homicide investigation at this apartment complex in South Charlotte. Now, this is the Southside Homes on Fairwood Avenue. And Channel 9 was on scene overnight with police. CMPD says just after midnight, 2 women were found shot inside the apartment, and now we're learning one died there at the scene. The other is in the hospital this morning, but no word on her condition. Police also have a person of interest, so they are not searching for anyone else at this point. Police have not identified anyone involved or said how this happened. Now, CMPD is also investigating another homicide overnight. This one is on Palm Breeze Lane in Northwest Charlotte. This happened around 1:30 this morning. You can see shell casings there next to those evidence markers. Several shots were fired outside the house. It was during a gathering of some kind. Now we know one person was hit and he died at the hospital. Police have not identified him at this point. They say they are looking for suspects right now. And breaking now in East Charlotte. Take a look at this. Part of the plaza is shut down as CMPD investigates a deadly accident here. We're going to push in on this car because we just noticed something in this picture. As the sun comes up there in the plaza, there are burn marks on that door. So it looks like the car caught fire at some point. They have this whole area closed off. Traffic cannot get through between Sugar Creek and Anderson Street because that car sitting there in the middle of the road. They do not have a wrecker on scene yet. Just the officers there. Police say just the one car crashed around 4:30 this morning. We're working to get some more information right now. There's no word how long this road closure will last, but we're going on 2.5 hours at this point. And Channel 9 will continue following all these breaking stories this Sunday morning throughout the day. We're going to bring you updates here on the air and at WSOCTV.com. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Paul with meteorologist Jacqueline Shearer to get you ready for your day. I mean, it's a nice start today. It's comfortable out there still. That's going to start to transition today.
Yeah, you know what? We're getting pretty hot out there. We've been seeing those temperatures start to creep back up. Today we're back in the 90s. The good news is the humidity and those shower chances, they're staying away today.
That's good.
There is one exception to that rule, though, and that's the high country. We could be seeing a little bit of a chance for those showers in the mountains today, about a 30% chance, but everyone else staying nice and dry as we move through your Sunday. Also happens to be, of course, the last day of summer vacation for a lot of people. 66 degrees right now in Charlotte, but it will feel a little bit like summer out there. 90 degrees for that high, and we'll stay in the 90s for quite some time. When I see you next, we'll take a look at how long we'll be in the 90s and when we'll start to see those temperatures break a little bit.
So maybe get that last summer pool day in today, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jacqueline, thanks. Overnight, police joined this procession here carrying the body of an American hero. Senator and Vietnam War POW John McCain passed away in Arizona yesterday at the age of 81. McCain lived his life as a maverick, never afraid to share his political beliefs and convictions. He survived years of torture in a Vietnam prison after his fighter plane was shot down. He served the Senate for decades. He won the Republican nomination for president in 2008. McCain was battling brain cancer, and just 2 days ago, his family announced that he would stop receiving treatment. But in an interview from last year, McCain made it clear, no matter the outcome of his illness, he would be happy.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy with my life. I'm very happy with what I've been able to do. And there's 2 ways of looking at these things, and one of them is to celebrate.
And McCain leaves behind his wife, Cindy, and 7 children. On Twitter, President Trump offered his condolences, saying, quote, "My deepest sympathies and respect go out to the family of Senator John McCain. Our hearts and prayers are with you." North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis called McCain a true titan of the Senate and one of the nation's greatest war heroes, saying, quote, "He will be long remembered for his principled leadership, courage, grit, and always putting country first." Just 2 days ago, Channel 9 spoke with a Charlotte man who shared a prison cell with John McCain in Vietnam as a POW. Colonel Quincy Collins spoke about the senator's enduring bravery and the legacy he'll leave behind.
John will, as most of us, turn out to be a bigger item deceased than he was when he was alive. And I think he would be pleased with that.
Colonel Collins also sent his lifelong friend one final message from one fighter pilot to another.
I wish him a soft landing.
That's a neat way to put it. You can watch more of our interview with Colonel Collins. We have it posted at WSOCTV.com. Right now it's 7:04 and we're asking CMPD for some more information in a late night shooting. You can see several officers were outside of a home on Dawnview Place in Northwest Charlotte at around 11 o'clock last night. One person was injured, but there is no word on who that person is or their condition. Police have not released any more details. Detectives in Albemarle are looking for the suspect involved in a deadly drive-by shooting. This was around 5:45 yesterday near Hill and Walnut Streets. Police say one person was killed, and they're now searching for a Crown Victoria. Unclear the color of that vehicle. Investigators have not released any information about the victim. This morning, many questions remain after an ICE agent shot and killed a man at a Charlotte bar. This is a story we first brought you as breaking news yesterday morning. Now, according to investigators, those shots were fired as the man tried to run over the agent. Eyewitness News reporter Stephanie Tinoco pushed for answers.
That man got a wife, that man got kids.
Tiffany Belk wanted to talk to us. She says Donald Jean-Vier was like a brother to her.
He wasn't supposed to go, man.
Sources told us ICE and ALE agents were at Tropics Lounge in North Charlotte because they believed possible gang members were inside last night. During that time, police say a fight broke out inside and spilled onto the parking lot. Sources say agents tried approaching Jean-Vier, who they believed was involved in that fight. That's when they say Jean-Vier got into a car and drove it towards an agent and hit him and broke his leg. Police told us that's when the federal agent fired a shot, killing the 30-year-old man.
I can't believe he's gone. I know what's going on. I know what's going on.
We spent hours working to find people to talk to who were at Tropics Bar and Lounge Friday night. The people we met told us off camera they didn't feel safe sharing what they witnessed. At one point, the owner of the club told me he would talk to me, but as we learned more details, he stopped returning my calls. Stephanie Tinoco, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Fatal shootings by ICE agents are far less common than other police shootings. We dug into it and found that there have only been a handful of these cases in the U.S. this year. In February, an agent in Virginia shot and killed a man wanted on felony arrest warrants. In May, an agent in Texas killed a man while serving a warrant. And there was another fatal shooting that month in Arizona during a drug investigation. Channel 9 sent out this breaking news alert yesterday. As we learned of the shooting, you can receive the same up-to-the-minute breaking news alerts just by downloading our free WSOC TV news app. It'll be right on your phone. It's really a handy thing to have. New this morning, a silver alert now issued for this Matthews man here. Take a look. This is 21-year-old Keith Flack. Matthews police first reported him missing Friday. They're concerned because they say he suffers from a cognitive disorder and was last seen near Wineberry Court. Police believe that he may be headed towards Charlotte. If you've seen this man, contact police. Major closures of the light rail continue today. The blue and the gold lines are not running for the second straight day. Crews are doing some work to those lines to make sure they're up to the safety standards. We've got Traffic Team 9's Mark Taylor sharing you how to get around and get where you need to go despite those closures.
Well, the scheduled maintenance on the blue and gold lines continue right now, and we've got the blue line closure through today before it reopens early tomorrow morning. So we're still using the buses instead of the actual light rail. So looking for the bus stops that say Links Connector. And then the buses will also have the headway sign that says Links Connector on it as well. Now the gold line also closing, also utilizing the buses at the Route 9 Central Avenue location, the Route 15 Randolph Road, and the Route 27 Monroe Road. If you head over to our website at WSOCTV.com and you click on that traffic tab, you will find a list of where those routes are, also the bus stops and times, and of course an outline of all the maintenance that's going on.
A major story in Chapel Hill after arrests and violence on the campus of UNC. Both sides of the Confederate statue debate squared off Saturday. That led to 7 arrests. Large groups first gathered near where the Sunday7am monument stood before protesters tore it down on Monday. A barricade was placed around the site of the former statue. Now, there were no permits or requests for either side issued, but they made their voices heard throughout the afternoon. Several Confederate flags were seen on campus as other protesters could be heard making anti-white supremacy chants.
Any part of history doesn't need to be destroyed. Like I say, if you forget about it, you're doomed to repeat it.
This was always a statue for standing for white supremacy.
The school's chancellor said all 7 of the people arrested were not affiliated with the university. CMPD and Charlotte Fire were actually called in to help keep the peace on campus. More than 50 officers and firefighters were deployed. The tension all stems from anger over the Silent Sam statue. 3 people were charged with pulling that statue down on Monday. Police said those 3 are not connected to the school. UNC says it will put the statue back up within 90 days as required by state law. Across our area today, students and parents are making sure they're ready to head back to school. More than a dozen local counties start school tomorrow. And today, the Salvation Army provides students with some much needed school supplies. The giveaway starts at 9 a.m., about 2 hours now, at the Salvation Army's Statesville location on Caldwell Street. First 60 families will get free backpacks. Also today, Cabarrus County will dedicate its newest school. The ceremony is for Royal Oaks Elementary. Starts at 2 p.m. The new school sits on Dakota Street, just off of Highway 29 in Kannapolis. And yesterday, some local students had reason to get excited about returning to school. Take a look. They had inflated slides, free school supplies, and a dunk tank, all part of the back-to-school extravaganza. They had fun, too. It all happened at the Academy of Excellence in Statesville. Aside from the fun, people got food, and kids got some free haircuts. Now, Charlotte high schoolers also got some pretty sweet gifts here as they prepare to return to school Monday. They got laptops for $60. Students collected their new computers yesterday at Imaginon in Uptown. The computers also come with 6 months of tech support. This is part of the Eliminate the Digital Divide program, aiding students who don't have access to technology. All right, it's 7:11 right now. Live look from our Speedway camera. Really a nice, comfortable morning out there. A morning maybe to grab a cup of coffee and sit outside. Jacqueline Shearer has an update on that forecast from Severe Weather Center 9.
Well, you know what? It is the last day of summer vacation for a lot of folks, so you might be gearing up for the first day of school, getting that outfit ready. Here's a look at your bus stop forecast for tomorrow morning. Doesn't look like the weather will get in the way of that back-to-school fashion. We'll time out all the details about that last day of summer vacation, though, coming up in just a few minutes.
Local foster children left feeling lost when they leave the system. At 7:45, the reason so many are not getting the benefits they deserve. At 7:30, UNC Charlotte students without a place to live.
I think it's absurd. I think it's fraudulent.
The new delays that are forcing hundreds to stay in hotels. And next, a targeted shooting at a high school football game. The pleas from the family of the 19-year-old victim.